I want to tell you a story that I heard. I've been told that it was a genuine experiment. I've never checked it out to see if it's absolutely true. But I heard that an experiment happened concerning 5 monkeys. And there was a cage, a tall ladder in the midst of the cage, and somebody put a bunch of bananas at the very top of the ladder. And then 5 monkeys were allowed to come in. And so the monkeys, having come in, they're examining their environment. They look up and they see the bananas. And one of the monkeys went to climb the ladder, and an attendant there with a fire hose sprayed ice cold water on the monkey and then sprayed the other 4 monkeys as well. And they just all ran over into the corner, just screaming. They were confused and wet and wondering what is going on. And so the guy turned the water off. A few minutes later, a second monkey came up and started to climb the ladder. The same attendant blasted that monkey with ice cold water and then sprayed all the other monkeys as well. And they're all huddling over in the corner, very cold and confused. And then after a while, a third monkey came up to the ladder. The attendant did not squirt him with the water, but the other monkeys that had been squirted didn't want to get squirted with the water again, and they pulled him off the ladder and beat him. Well, this is where the experiment gets interesting. So then they took out one of the 5 monkeys and brought in a monkey that had not been sprayed before. And he came in and he saw the wet monkeys kind of confused, and he saw the bananas, and he looked up and he began to climb the ladder, but the attendant did not squirt the monkey at all. And the other monkeys that had been previously squirt grabbed him and beat him as well. And then they decided to bring in another monkey that had not been squirted by the cold water, and he went up onto that ladder, and the second he did, the other monkeys grabbed him, pulled him down, and beat on him. And one by one, they traded out all 5 monkeys so that any monkey that came in was grabbed and was torn down or pulled down and beaten, even though they had not been sprayed with water. They had been conditioned to give up. The bananas was theirs to have, but because others had been squirt, others had been pulled down, they were all conditioned that it was futile to go after the bananas. In Joshua 1:9, the scripture says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage, and do not be afraid, nor be discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." You know, I see those bananas something like an allegory of God's promises and blessings. And we should always go for the bananas. Now, there's people that have gone for the bananas before, and for whatever reason, maybe they had some bad experiences. Maybe they were pulled down, and generation after generation began to think, those bananas aren't for me. And anybody that showed up, they would pull them down as well and said, those bananas are there, but they're not yours to have. There's always going to be people in our lives that are going to pull us down. There's always going to be people in our lives to say, even though that's God's ideal, it's not for you. But I just want to encourage you today that when God speaks to you and gives you a promise, I don't care what comes your way. I don't care how many times you get squirt with cold water. I don't care how many times you're beaten. I don't care how many times you're pulled down. You go for the bananas because it's there for you. God bless you. Have a Jesus-filled day.